My name is Ron Swartzentruber. I'm with Spruce Knob Maple, and there's a group of us brothers that went together and put the business together. We've been in business about 4 years now. There's 7 of us brothers that have grown up in the sugar industry. Our granddad used to do it, and then my uncle did it. He was very widely known, Henry Brenneman. We are in beautiful mountainous area of Harmon, West Virginia, which is about 2.5 hours from Pittsburgh, or 2.5 hours from DC. The camp sits at about 3,500 feet of elevation. Our highest taps are typically right around 4,000 feet, so we have a good bit of weather variation. We start prepping for tapping middle of January, shoot to have everything tapped by the end of January. And then sometime around Valentine's Day, February the 14th, is typically when we can expect to see sap start running. We can expect to see about 1.7 sugar content. As the season progresses, we'll drop down to like 1%, somewhere in there. We typically tap around 17,000 trees. A good sap year for us is about 4,500 gallons of syrup. Up high, we have pretty well all sugar maples. Probably 80% of our crop is from a sugar maple tree. Most people don't realize that West Virginia has a lot of maple trees, especially in this region. So sugaring in West Virginia, in this area or this region, from what I understand, is very close to Vermont's climate. Everything I've been hearing with maple syrup that comes from this area, it compares very, very closely to Vermont. Everybody says it tastes a lot like that. So I guess it's the mineral content and then also the elevation. Unfortunately, we can expect to see at least a week of warm weather where we don't get any of the freezing is what we're needing. We're not worried as much about thawing, but we're worried about freezing to reset everything. And that's the biggest problem with this region, is we have to have that freeze thaw. Currently, we are the largest producer in the state of West Virginia. Our goal in 5 years is to be looking at having approximately 20 to 25,000 taps. From what I'm seeing of the numbers in the last 2 years, it's not an unattainable goal. We are slowly working into stores, but probably 80% of our sales are wholesale. And we are very happy to see pretty well all of our syrup in the last 2 years wholesale has stayed in the region. So there's other producers that buy syrup from us, smaller producers that don't have enough production to meet their demand. We have a gas-fired evaporator, which is super clean. Growing up, we were used to wood fire. So the one nice thing is, if there's something going wrong or you're done cooking, with a wood fired, we had to worry about, when do we need to start shutting down? With the gas fired, it's just a flip of a switch, and you can, 15-20 minutes, you can have everything cleaned up and you're out the door. You can go to bed and sleep. If somebody asks you, can you get maple syrup, and everybody wants Vermont maple syrup, I'd like to see where in the region people are like, you want maple syrup? Well, yeah, I want the West Virginia maple syrup. I'd like to see that eventually.